Hello comic book fans, today we're talking about Ghost Pepper issue 3. We took a little break on this issue, but I'm excited to come back to this. If you haven't seen my first two previous videos on this comic book series, please go back and watch those. But this is a comic book that I would say has a little bit of comedy, and it puts a few different concepts together, and on paper you think it wouldn't work, but when it's actually within story form, you can see it and read it. It works very well. The story takes place in like this utopian type world where these machines and are pretty much taking over, but they're taken over by people with certain power and certain positions. But the main focus point is this truck driver, this a food truck driver, this female character, and she has the best food in the land, and this other guy, he's actually tracking her down because his food truck is not as famous, and he's jealous of her and he wants to know her secret. And so, and that's not even like the main part, right, of this overall story, but this guy is hella obsessed with her because he wants to be the best. And she is also in the truck with another guy named Ash, and this guy that's named Ash, he is, from the first two issues, if you read it, he's another being, right? He's not a regular human like they are, and he's also in the truck, and she is driving and trying to escape with this guy also there with her. He pretty much just tagged along for the ride, and there's also other stuff within this world, within this series, that takes place that we will be actually able to see. But with this guy trying to track her down, he had this helper, and from our perspective, he's just a regular guy that he was bullying around and pushing around, but he throws him off his truck onto their truck, and that's when it's actually revealed he's not a regular human guy. He is something else. He was actually a weapon, and that's why he was treating him like that, because he wasn't human to begin with. And that's when he starts to morph and turn into this big old like mechanical organic bio monster onto the truck, and he tripled in size. And again, this is not for some end of the world or no power source or anything like that. This is for a food recipe. This is this guy going out of his way to destroy this chick for her recipe, for her secret ingredient that she puts in her food. And she has to worry about this, also worrying about like the actual authorities coming after her, because she's housing Ash, which is this guy right here. And as they're trying to get away, they're like, what the heck is going on? And he uses his strength and knocks over the truck right off its wheels. And it's like this guy's willing to go out of his way and pretty much kill her for her food recipe. And that's because in this world, there's very few things for you to be known by and very few things to actually do. So be it a famous, chef or cook or whatever, it's very high ranking actually. And this is the part of the story that I say is comedy, because it's simply behind a food ingredient, a recipe, and he's going out of his way to do this. And the art itself does an amazing job. You can tell from the art style itself that this easily could be an animated series just because of how the art is fun. It's very expressive. There's not a lot of art out there which is very expressive and not afraid to do outlandish type stuff, and goes with a more, I would say, like old school cartoon, early 2000s anime-ish type of style. And that's what this story actually does. And we go to this next part of the story, which these are the hunters, right? And they were tasked to go after Ash because he's a massive threat to the overall structure of how the world is, because he is the main hero. He was the hero that saved humanity the first time, but other people took the credit for it. And now that he's back, they have to get rid of him, or else he would pretty much expose everything. And that's what puts the chick in the food truck puts her in harm's way as well. And we see the main guy, right? The main guy, Babtar, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He is the main god of this world. He is known as the hero. He is him to the people, to the regular common folk of this land. And from their perspective, he is the hero. And from his perspective, he knows the truth, and he knows he's putting on a facade. He knows he's not who he say he is. And as he's in this parade, right, and as he's taking in all the love from the people, he soon left quickly. He realized that he was outside of the lines, and he had to he took his family and ran back pretty much in their home. And this was observed by somebody, and they pretty much figured out that Ash is back. He's the only person that will make the literal god of this land horrified and scared. And they're actually correct, because that's the whole reason. And from that perspective, they haven't even gotten to Ash yet, because, well, he has to worry about this. And this guy that he says, kill him. I want the recipe. And this secret weapon that he had was pretty much like a first generation soldier, a first generation before the actual Titan-sized machines started to come into play. And that's his secret weapon to try to get this food recipe. And I think this is a very unique concept to use within this story, right? You have a very utopian type world, but it's mostly the food, right? It's the aspect of the recipe, and it makes so much sense with the title of the series, Ghost Pepper, which is something that she's using. And this is where we go into the actual battle, when it actually starts anyway, and it will lead into the next issue, because now Ash is going to have to fight this thing. And that's all I have for this video. Thank you guys for watching this video. Like, share, and subscribe for more. And thank you for watching, and leave a comment, because that helps out the channel as well.